Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your April forecast. I'm Nicholas Ashbaugh. It's good to see everybody. First and foremost, I hope that you guys are doing well, and as always, this can be used for Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus. Apollo is resting behind us, and we're going to let him be. You can probably see the curtain is moving behind me because my air conditioner is broke. It actually leaked and ruined the floor. This is why I've been a little bit late on the videos, and I'm actually going to have to transfer to a different unit while all of this is getting fixed. So anyway, that's why it's been a little bit chaotic and a little bit late this month. Thanks for being patient. Let's get straight into your channeled messages for today. So one thing that I kept seeing in my mind's eye as I was focusing on your sign was just someone in a meditative state. This can be like yoga. This can be simply taking a few moments and practicing breathing. But I also see meditation as anything that takes you out of things that bring stress in your life. So if you're a composer, an artist, if you like to create pottery, if you like to go outside and garden, these are all forms of meditation. Exercise, believe it or not, also counts, especially if you've ever taken a hike or a long jog. Your mind goes to a different place. Find that space for you. It's not for me to decide how to meditate, but Spirit is coming through and saying, even if it's 10 minutes each day, consistency in the practice will help you regulate stress, open up to your intuition, and access your creativity. And in all of those instances, that's going to make you more grounded, more effective at what you want to do, and also more powerful in whatever it is that you're trying to create, particularly in manifestation. So make time, make space, and tune in, okay? Let's go ahead and shuffle the cards and see what's coming through for you. As always, this reading, like I said, can be used for Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus. And before we begin, I'd like us to just take a moment to let go of whatever it is that you might have been bringing into this, whether it's stress or questions, let it all go. Imagine that the sun is shining directly overhead. A ray of light creating a circle of light is surrounding you. And in this space, you are connected to Source, you're protected, and we can invite in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. We're going to do things differently this month. I'm going to basically compress the expanded portion of this a little bit just so that I can get everything out on time. I'm trying to do like 3 a day. So thank you for being patient and understanding. All right, I'm going to be quiet, pull the rest of these cards. All right, let's get started with your catalyst card. Ooh, we have the communal dance here. So, people, family, community, connections around you. It's one of the most powerful things to be focusing on, networking in particular. So, when I look at this, I also think of the 10 of Cups because it is a joyful card. We see family, whether it's blood relatives or chosen family. And this is a time to really connect a little bit more with that type of energy this month. And if you are a little bit of a homebody, like this card is sort of suggesting since it's reversed, try to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You'll be pleasantly surprised when you engage with new people, try new activities, and put yourself out there, okay? Also, pay attention to the people that are coming into your life. When I look at how bright this card is, I'm thinking of elevated relationships. I always put something on the weekly collective, but it never gets voted. But this is about calling in a higher partnership. So as we look at the rest of the cards, we'll keep an eye out for that. But the dance piece is also reminding me not just of a physical dance, but sort of metaphorically speaking, if there's something that needs to get done, start off with some small talk, start off by getting to know the person. It's kind of like courtship. You don't want to just go straight into what you want or what you expect. It's too forward. It looks like there's a little bit of a requirement of getting to know someone or something before signing on the dotted line, okay? Let's look at all your cards. I'd like to celebrate the fact that I'm not seeing anything overly difficult. Like I'm not seeing the Tower. I'm not seeing the Ten of Swords. We have a resource card, which I think we can manage here at the center. But by and large, pretty good. And by the way, I was saying this connected to the Ten of Cups. You have that in the crowning position. All right, why don't we start off with your center card, Queen of Swords in reverse. You know what Spirit's actually saying in my ears as I'm looking at this? They're kind of like saying, get it out, spit it out, whatever is on your mind. Queen of Swords in reverse is direct and to the point. And there are times when sometimes you have to simply say yes or no or state a boundary. And Queen of Swords in reverse, she puts that line in the sand and there's no ambiguity. You know exactly what she wants and what she needs. So if you need to do that, do that. She also fights for what's right, just like justice reversed. She's going to circle whatever's wrong and say, this is not what we agreed to, or I need you to do this because of XYZ. So really get your data points together, stick to the facts, and you're going to be okay if you do that. She does invite you to listen more than you speak. Whenever we get a court card in the suit of swords reversed, it can sometimes represent talking without listening. There could be someone that's doing that to you. And in this case, you're going to speak up and say, hold on a moment, I'm not finished, or I have something to add, or it's my turn. And if someone tries to cut you off with, complete kindness and also with being, very forward, just say, hey, I need to finish, okay? You both get a sort of moment at the microphone, if you will, okay? The other thing with this card is it can represent being overly critical. She can come off harsh. As the internal dialogue, you could be too hard on yourself, thinking, I'm not good enough, or I did this wrong, or even calling yourself stupid or something like that. That's not you. That's something that comes through from environment, from media, from someone else in your life. So be kinder to yourself, be kinder to others. And if someone around you comes through as being overly harsh, critical, could be a boss or a parent, take it all with a grain or a bag of salt, because a lot of times they are projecting their own insecurities on you, and they might be afraid of something that you possess, your power, your abilities. This is a time to really lean into the throat chakra. Work on, speaking of like the creative things that you could do, for those of you that do something like chorus or singing, fantastic. Also, for those of you that are more quiet, writing and journaling is a good way to get this out. However you can exercise communication and get more into the power of speech, please do it, okay? Crossing this card, and this is where if you do get sick, it might affect you. It's probably going to be in the throat, but we have the Five of Pentacles. Again, apologies for the environmental noise. It's going to be a little noisy today. All right, Five of Pentacles can represent cold and flu. And for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into spring, but you can still get a spring cold. But this can also be burnout. And sometimes when we need to activate a part of our chakra system, the body will kind of get sick in that area. So if you haven't spoken up, you may have like laryngitis or something, because it's spirit saying, see what it's like when you don't have your voice, use it, okay? So whatever might be going on in your body, take special care of yourself, extra care of yourself, and make sure you're getting your vitamin C, you're getting your sleep, you're taking all the precautions to avoid getting sick. This is also connected to the feet, legs, and lower extremities. One thing that I'm starting to do between doing videos is I exercise. I'll get on the treadmill, or I'll do an Apple Fitness routine, or I'll go out and take a walk. I make sure that for any hour of sitting here, I do at least 10 minutes of exercise. And then every day I try to fit in another 30 to 60 minutes, and I take an evening walk. Because as you get older, it's not good to sit this much. It's not good for the spine or the circulation, okay? Now, of course, this has a resource connotation. So when it comes to career, you may be not, I should restate that, you might not be getting what you deserve. So they could be working you too much and you're not getting paid enough. When you negotiate, you may not be, sort of raising your hand and saying, wait a second, I'm worth this because of this, this, and this. So really get organized and get clear on your value and your worth, and never undersell or understate that value. You bring more to the equation than you realize. Also, don't engage with self-deprecating speech. Like, this may sound outlandish and I don't know a lot about this, and but like, don't say something bad about yourself before giving an opinion. Just say, I have an idea. Here it is. This is going to help you get more value, respect, and abundance in your life, okay? If there's relationships where you're not feeling reciprocity, this is also a moment to fight. Fight for yourself, not just fight and say, this isn't enough. That's why the Queen of Swords was coming through underneath that. Okay. I like that we have bookends here. Actually, everything around the cross is beautiful. 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 6 of Wands. So we have some really good things happening. The only challenging stuff is at the center right here. So let's talk about the deep past here. In the deep past, we have the 10 of Wands, which represents the final step. Look at her. Look at her face on that. And the cat, he's saying, hang on, mama, we got this. It's not always easy, though. That last stretch of the journey can be the most challenging. So to avoid the burnout that we see here, take a break. What's the rush? Sometimes a deadline is just an arbitrary, point on the calendar that you or someone else picked. If it doesn't make sense, take a break, recalibrate, then finish. It's always worth doing something well than rushing it to the finish line. This can also represent, from a health perspective, a strained back or a slipped disc, or just a little bit of like a pinched nerve. Take care of yourself. Make sure that if you're sleeping, your mattress is in good shape. When you're sitting, make sure that you have a chair that gives you proper lumbar support. And if you're having any issues, obviously work with a doctor. Ultimately, even though she seems a little bit, tired, the 10 of Wands is showing me that you are in the final stages of completing something. So go ahead and finish it. It will be worth that extra mile. This can also be connected to traveling, moving, and even commuting. In all of those areas, just make sure that if you've had enough or if you need a break, that you're also asking for that too. All right, taking a look at the recent past, we have an ace, the Ace of Wands, which is fantastic. This is one of those light bulb moments that goes off in your mind, and the important thing here is not to let it get away from you. Look at all the actually passing thoughts that come through here. We see like music, we see art, we see blueprints. Whatever your sort of like aha moment is, take it, grab it, and do something tangible with that idea. The most important thing that you can do is follow through on it. And this could be an Ace of Wands from last year, from last week, from 2 minutes ago. But it's coming back through in this moment so that you can finally see it to the finish line. Karmically, you've done the work. It's already going to go where you want it to go. It's just a matter of believing. There could also be a great opportunity that's being presented to you. Someone's putting a contract in front of you. Someone's picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. But you've got to ruminate with this and think, does it align with me? We see the 6 of Wands in the future, so I think it may. And if that's the case, celebrate, enjoy, and get started on it. So far, I actually feel like whatever the challenge was earlier this year, or even prior to this reading, it's shifting. You're in a new timeline now, if you want to be. The important thing here is to trust your gut, your passion, and do something that you really, really love. In relationships, this is mutual attraction. In a job, this is something where there is give and take. There's something coming through where I just see better reciprocity. Go for that. Grab that baton and take it to the next level. As we look at your crowning card, it's the 10 of Cups, which connects to the whole idea of the community dance or the communal dance here. So 10 of Cups can represent new love, new relationships, but it can also be a deepening of a relationship. So suffice it to say, it's really important to focus on the people in your life. That's what's either going to lift you up or drag you down a little bit this month. I feel like you can take things to the next level if you want to. This is also a super magnetic card. So the Lovers and the 10 of Cups represent your ability to attract people, which often carry with them connections, opportunities, invitations. So get out there and mix and mingle. Connect with people that you love. And don't be so self-critical, because it feels like you have the capacity to blend in and possibly even really thrive in these sort of communal situations. So again, this can be friends, this can be people from work, activities, sports, extracurricular activities, neighbors. 10 of Cups is all of that and then some. But I do see a deepening happening there too. So you could meet someone who's your new bestie, provided that you get out of your comfort zone a little bit, okay? In the near future, we have a card connected to success, the Six of Wands. With the Six of Wands, it's your moment to step into the spotlight. Even if you, again, have that self-critical energy that's present with the Queen of Swords in reverse, who in her own mind might be thinking, I'm not enough. The Five of Pentacles, which historically shows maybe you didn't have the support or resources that you need. Well, guess what? The cards are saying that in the near future, things are shifting. You're not the same person. You know, every 7 years, we kind of completely regenerate all the cells in our body and we're kind of like a new person. It's that kind of energy. A timeline has shifted or enough time has passed that cognitively, maybe on a cellular level, definitely on an energy level, you're presenting yourself differently to the universe because these are super attractive cards. 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands. New relationships could go in a great direction. New jobs could go in a great direction. There's something new about it, though, because we had an ace preceding all of this. So trying different things, putting yourself in different situations, and allowing those old voices of fear or anxiety as represented by the two cards in the center just to go away. The self-critical or self-deprecating tone disappears, and this lack or scarcity mentality that's presented with Five of Pentacles goes away. If someone taps on your shoulder and says, we'd like you to be a part of this, say yes. If you get an invitation to a big party, go for it. If there's an idea and you are afraid to put it forward, don't be. You've worked hard to get to this moment, okay? Self-confidence can be repaired by just one great experience. So why not give it a shot? This could be the month where that great experience happens. All right, let's see how you're showing up right here, right now. We have the Fool card and it's in the reverse position. So for some of you, you've taken a few steps forward, but now maybe there's a pause, a little bit of a delay. It's like one step backwards, but not taking you off the momentum or the progress that you've really sort of achieved. You just need to look over your shoulder and say, okay, not so bad. Some of you may decide to go back and finish something. If there's a to-do list item, go back and finish what you've started. This is also saying now is the time to turn the key in the ignition. We see a boat down there, which could be your Six of Swords moment, but you have to go meet the boat at the dock, and it feels like it's just that little connection that needs to happen. So don't be afraid to get started, one foot after another, and suddenly momentum will take place. Don't get derailed by one moment where you have to fix something and think, oh my God, we're never going to be able to move forward. This card is saying you've come further than you think. Also with the Fool always travels lightly. And so it might be important to take a step back and say, do I really need to take this person, place, or thing in the next part of this journey? Be discerning, lighten the load, and hit the reset button. At the end of the day, we see the number 0 on the Fool, and it's saying every day is like that 0, a clean slate. You have nowhere to go but up from that. So just allow yourself to go with the flow and know that, like I said, one step after another, you're just going to find your pace. Don't try to meet someone else's pace, create your own cadence. As we jump into the environment here, we have the Eight of Wands, which is really favorable for business, work, and projects. This is a great time to set things into motion. The thing that we see, and it's beautifully illustrated here, is sometimes you can feel like something gets bigger than you imagined. This isn't really a big problem as long as you delegate, you focus on, like I said, getting to know people, engaging with those people, delegating as necessary. So things could actually be bigger than you think. Make sure that you're pacing yourself, you're communicating, and you're working with others. In a work perspective, someone may be trying to pull you into their sort of overarching energetic vortex, and you have to know when to say when. Don't take on more than you're responsible for. Don't take on more than you're paid for, especially if historically you don't get much for that. Advocate for more. Say, I'd love to do this, but I'll need some help with this or this, or maybe it's time for a promotion because it looks like you're leaning on me for this, this, and this. Anyway, just a couple things there. The Eight of Wands in reverse is also asking you to slow down. Make sure that normally we would see the wands aligned in order, going in the same direction. So make sure that all of the moving pieces are collaborating and cooperating the way that you want. If it's like people, they need to all be aligned to the same vision and make sure there's no sort of like duplicative energy. Ultimately, though, I love the Eight of Wands, and it tells me that lickety split, this month is going to be over in some parts of your life. You wish you had more time to plan for something. So that's all the more the reason that I got the meditation piece. If every day you just breathe and plant your feet on the ground for a few minutes and think, okay, what's the big focus today? And then also think, why am I getting triggered by this? Or am I following through on that one wand that really matters? Because there's plenty of people that can help with the other wands. You don't have to do it all. That's what this is. This can actually be perfectionist energy or feeling like you're the only one. I have to do this because if I don't, it won't be perfect. But if you do that, no one else can learn around you. And eventually you're going to have to listen to the warning signs and say enough is enough. So I think to get out of this sort of energy of the Ten of Wands, not overdoing it is going to be really, really important. Pace yourself, delegate, and focus on what matters. But when you do set things into motion, I see great progress. Six of Wands and Eight of Wands, chef's kiss when it comes to business or any project. It'll happen, and it'll probably happen bigger, better, and faster than you think. Okay, in hopes, fears, and opportunities, we have the Knight of Cups coming through, and this can be new love, new relationships, new people. And look at that little cat hanging on for dear life. It is a very fun energy, the Knight of Cups. So fasten your seatbelts. If there's someone new that comes into your life, you could be knocked head over heels. If you're deepening a relationship, that may take on more of a pivotal role than you think. If you're just looking at life in general and thinking, gosh, I really just want to spend more time doing what I love or spending time with people that I love, that's why the Knight is here. Chase your passions. Embrace what you need. Go after what you want. This is the time where you can really make some substantial progress in those areas. Then we have the Nine of Wands. So I actually think you could check off multiple items this month. The Nine of Wands, beautifully illustrated here, we see the bandage on the head. So when the card is reversed, this is saying slow down and give your mind a moment to recalibrate. All of the smoking wands there in the sort of like periphery. She just needs a break. There comes a point of diminishing returns, and by month's end, especially because of whatever this is, this can be a coworker, a family member, an environment around you where it's just constantly go, go, go. Well, eventually you have to stop. And the Nine of Wands is saying before you get to the finish line, take a moment, pause, and clear your mind. Some of you might be experiencing a migraine. Some of you might just feel like it's not worth the trouble, particularly if you're not getting what you deserve. I'm looking at the spread, and this is the only Pentacles card. So you deserve more. Ask for more support if you need to, or take some time if you're not getting the support that you need. And then ultimately finish what you've started. You will get to the finish line, okay? Karmically, it's already been done. Historically, you've done it before. It's within reach. You're going to do it again, but only if you take care of yourself. This is the second time. So the crossing card, as I throw it across all the cards here, Five of Pentacles, is exhaustion and burnout. And this one is also a little bit more of the same. Okay, we're going to expand the forecast now to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. We'll start off with the energy of health, which is your mind, body, and spirit. So for health, I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and this is saying, take a break, take a moment, in fact, and focus on self-care. So Pentacles, when upright, is the ability to give, generate, and create. When the Knight is reversed, he's saying, I'm going to slow down for a minute and ask myself, is it worth the work and the energy? And this is in health. So for some of you, you need to receive more, and part of that comes from asking and boundaries like we talked about earlier. This is also about what you're putting into your body. Is it like empty calories or bandage sort of solutions where you're drinking too much caffeine, or you're smoking, or you're drinking alcohol, or doing something to kind of make you feel better and you get a short-term buzz from that, but in the long run, it takes more from your body than it gives? Are the snacks high in sugar? Are you working so long that you're not getting proper nutrition? Something about how you treat yourself and how you are feeding and nurturing yourself could be improved just a little bit. Again, apologies for environmental noise today. Other things that I'm seeing with this, it can represent protein intake, and maybe just overwork too, as I'm looking at this as a card of resources and work as well. I think we hit on a lot of other health messages earlier. What I do like about this is the ability to successfully navigate. Pick one thing that you really want to focus on, and you'll see a pivot there. With this, again, focusing on your lower extremities and then also your head, your brain health, all of that sometimes gets swept underneath the rug. And now is the time to take care of yourself. Walking or swimming, low impact exercise could have a high result, like a high impact on your health. So talk to your doctor about different ways that you can, take care of yourself without getting exhausted. And I mentioned meditation earlier too. I think that could be really, really beneficial. All right, let's look at wealth, resources, life purpose, and career. In this area, we have a card that's representing wanting more. I mentioned the power of journaling. Please feel free to do that. But Three of Swords, something isn't enough. There might have been a disappointment. It could be because you're not receiving the support that you need or the resources that you need. You could just be feeling a little bit lackluster. Something's anticlimactic after you did it, and you're like, is there more? The heart is coming through and saying, I need to be happy. Accomplishing things or sometimes even getting paid a decent amount, but if you're not satisfied, it's not enough. We're looking for the whole package here, the big picture. So what I see being important here as we're looking at wealth is, do you like the community around you? So if you're in a job or looking for a job, that matters a lot. I also see the ability to be appreciated. So in any aspect of your wealth and your career and your personal development, it's important to have your moment in the spotlight too. To be able to express freely your ideas and have them be well received. If you're in a place where people tell you that's not a good idea, or I didn't ask for that question, or they tell you to be quiet, not good enough. It's not enough. What I see is your strengths in this period of time when it comes to being able to succeed, whether it's work or extracurricular activities or whatever you're trying to do. It is in your ability to think your way through a situation, and you're a good worker. You work well with others, you can take on a lot, but your challenge this month is speaking up, not overworking yourself, and finding a way to hold other people to account. If they said they were going to do something, you could kind of step into a leadership role and make sure that they're doing it. Avoid burnout though, okay? And in particular, migraines or stress-related headaches, TMJ, all of that comes from doing too much or pushing yourself too far. If you're not happy, look, I see the ability to find something better, okay? Looking beyond this at love and relationships, we have Nine of Cups energy coming through, but it is reversed. Relationships are intense. Dare I say this could be one of the most pivotal pieces of your energy this month. Don't make your mind up in the best or worst moment of the month, because this can come through when you've had like, oh my God, I'm still buzzing from a great date, like the best day ever, or like rejection and difficulty and stress, and you just feel like nothing's going to work out. You almost need to remove the highs and lows and focus on what else is coming through. There could be someone in your life that just needs more than you can give, and you want to be careful there. I'm also looking at the little cat and the crab in the corner. There may be someone that likes to test you. Don't take the bait if that's happening, okay? I think for everybody this month, like I said, there's a chance to deepen your relationship. So if you're in a relationship, communication might be lacking, or you might have some hurt feelings. But I do see passion. I do see successful resolution of that. So just talk through it. If you're looking for love, there's plenty of options. Some people may not be ready to commit this month. Others want to jump straight into it. So pace yourself. Get to know people. And for everybody that just wonders, how can I best work with others? With this magnetic energy of the Ten of Cups, you can learn from others. This is a great month to learn more about where people are. You can help others. You can engage them and make a difference in your life. But the Ten of Cups shows that you can meet new people, and this could be your chance to sort of like broaden your network. And I think that's really where things are starting to take off for many of you. It's not just love and relationships. It's like new people, new connections, or outreach. So if that's something that resonates with you, I really feel like this could be a great opportunity to connect more with that. And now looking at destiny, we have basically a totem that gets overlooked, the bat. And flying fox here is, I guess, another word for it. Bats are pollinators. And so you have the Midas touch. I don't actually like that word because if you know about King Midas, it's not good. You have a green thumb. That's better. Anything you touch can actually grow this month, provided that you don't overexert yourself. Bats are also really dependent upon their hearing. And listening, like I said at the beginning with the Queen of Swords reversed, is one of your opportunities. The hidden word that you can barely read on this one is kindness. So take a moment to listen, pay attention to the cues that people give you for what they want, and your ability to remember and be thoughtful and show them, I see you, I hear you, is going to take you so far in the journey of life. The last message with this is you might be picking up on a lot of information either late evening, early morning, or in dreams. I get some of my best information in dreams, as many of you know, because I use it for coming through with sign messages. So keep a dream journal. Write down what you want and don't want. Kind of like allow yourself to audit what's going on, because sometimes, once we get out of school, and maybe for those of you that are retired and you're not working, you need those moments of reflection. And sometimes unless you write it down, you're going to forget. So write things down, take a look at it, see the patterns. You can make and break patterns if you want to this month. Now is your chance to ask a question, anything that you need or want. Go ahead and send that out to Spirit. I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what your guides have to say. You received the Four of Swords. If you ask me a yes or no question, this is nuanced. If you ask, should I stop something? Yes. Should you start something? No. And the reason being is either the time is past or the time is wrong. This typically shows something that isn't going to really move forward. It's a pausing kind of card here, or it's a door that's been closed and it's asking you to look around it. Okay. So for a yes or no, I feel like the time could be better down the line. Now let's talk more about what the Four of Swords means, and this will help you understand other kinds of questions you might have asked. Four of Swords is a card connected to the release of something pivotal in your life. There are, about 4 or 5 cards that are connected to death and rebirth. This is the most peaceful and passive of them all. And this is kind of like one day you wake up and something no longer has a heavy weight in your head or in your heart. You're on the precipice of that. Also, this is saying slow down. The traditional illustration would show one sword beneath her. And that shows that once you've rested, you have a chance to take that sword and it's like another ace the next day. The 3 swords above are like putting something painful, to rest. So if you've been working too hard, relax. If you want to start something, take a moment and explore all options. If you got rejected, there's a better door that wants to wait and open for you. In general, the Four of Swords is also connected to finally moving beyond a challenge in your life. It's also a card of mourning, so if something just came to pass, a loss of a person, place, or thing, give it time. Time heals just about everything, but you have to give it time, okay? And if you are overworked, this is the most important thing, rest. Rest even before meditating, because if you try to meditate while you're sleepy, you're just going to fall asleep. Sleep in and of itself is us going into a deep state of meditation. So at the very least, get the amount of sleep that you need. All right, everybody? That, my friends, is everything for this month. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can show love and support in a very simple way. Subscribe, like, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment below. It's all free, and it means a lot to me, and it helps. You can also join my newsletter, which is on my website. The address for my website is nicholasashbaugh.com. From there, if you'd like, you can give back through PayPal. You can book a private reading if you want to go deeper into anything. Since I didn't go into everything in the expanded forecast, we can save that for some of these, so feel free to reach out. You can also join me across other social media platforms. It's always my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, on all those platforms. All the links are on my website. Here on YouTube, you can give back by becoming a member or putting a sticker with your comment. All of these help ensure that videos just like this can continue to exist. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being amazing, for being the best part of what I do here on YouTube. I wish you a fantastic month ahead. And please check out my daily, weekly, and monthly videos. They're all there for you as a resource. And until next time, be well.